Greetings, Inquisitors! Welcome to the Holocron. This is the Week 55 update for the Darth Loquitur account. For any who aren't familiar, I go through this account's progress every week. We'll take a look at the characters, any gear tiers that I was able to get. Then we'll go through the plans going forward, anything I've got that I'm working on that's new. And this week we're going to talk about preparing for the next round of Grand Arena, characters that I'm going to work on for the 5v5. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's see what happened in the account this week. First things first, we're working on Grand Master Yoda, trying to get him to Relic level. So here you see we've got about 28 of those pieces, 40 of those. So it'll be easy to finish those out for the next week and stay on target. Unfortunately, this piece we need a light side farm. We're strictly farming dark side right now because we're working on tokens for the Sith Eternal Emperor ultimate ability. So unless the game gives us those for some reason, we'll probably be out of luck meeting our target. Here we get the 7th star on Grievous. We've been buying him only out of the fleet store, and it's taken me a little over 8 months of buying him out of the fleet store, looking for him every shop refresh to get him all the way to 7 stars. Really took longer than I expected, but maybe I got some lower than normal RNG, but we finally got him. We're working on Vandor Chewbacca here. We do want to bring his star level and his power level up a little bit for a scoundrel team that we have. 5s, we're working on him as a pilot. We want his ship. He's on a really super greedy gear tier, so I've been committing a little bit to him last week. We committed a little more to him this week. And then next week, hopefully we'll get that stun gun and we'll be able to finish him out. Looking through the rest of the characters, trying to figure out if there's anything else that we want to work on in terms of getting gear tiers or getting more stars on them. Not really anything popping out at me here. The Clone Sergeant is part of the Jedi Master Kenobi journey. There's some duplicate gear there, so the upgrade butt isn't lit. In Shaak Ti, we can take her to 6 stars. We've got 18 shards on the 6 star, so 82 shards left to go to finish her out to 7 stars. That's a fleet farm. We just chugging along doing that each day, and we'll get her to 7 stars soon enough. Nothing else to work on from the Kenobi journey, and with that, it pretty much wraps up the progress for the account this week. So let's take a look at the statistics. Week 55, 2.02 million galactic power, 10,000 from last week, still 19 relics and 31 zetas. We didn't do any work on those two things, or we did work, but we didn't land a zeta or a relic character this week. Squad Arena, C and Watt are somewhere in the top 50. I'm getting finishes that are like 33, 38, 42. And without an ultimate ability on my Sith Eternal Emperor and without the Armorer to fight the SLKR teams, that's pretty much as far as we can get for now. We'll continue to work on that Armorer, and we'll continue to work on C's ult and see if we can improve our rating after that. It's probably going to be another 6 to 8 weeks before I get everything in shape to have that arena team go closer to the top. We'll also have to remod Thrawn and make him quite fast if we want that team to work out as expected. In the fleet arena, we've still got the Negotiator getting top 5. There have been some fleets in the last few weeks that have moved in. We've got another high relic Negotiator fleet. We've got a couple more Malevolence fleets coming up that are good. So if I don't build 5's ship, I need that Umbran Starfighter as another really good ship in fleet, or I feel like I won't be able to keep getting that top spot. So we'll work on that. We are farming the BTLB Y-Wing as well, but that's a long farm. It's going to take forever. And it's a light side node, so right now we're kind of on hold with that with the Sith Eternal. So it'll be a while before I get that into the account as well. The project, we had the Sith Eternal ult for week 56. That's a big nope. I recall farming that a lot faster on my main account, but I do more refreshes over there too when I'm on an event like this. So just with the normal 50s, we've been working on that a few weeks, and we've only gotten 4 tokens. So it's probably going to take us at least, I would say, 3 more weeks to close out the rest of those 6 tokens. Maybe we can get it in 2 weeks. I don't think we'll get it in 56, though. Probably looking more like week 58 to land the ult on that character. That's okay. We'll just keep at it till we get it done. Grandmaster Yoda, we want to get to Relic 0 in week 56. Just whether or not we get that one little piece that we need. If 25 of those drop from a guild event, then we're good. Next week, the plan's the same as it's been for a while. Dark Side Energy goes to see alt tokens. Shock T and B1 are being farmed out of fleet. Cantina we're using to get mission right now. We're going to start working on her a little bit. We're also working on T3. We'll get him after mission gets to 7 stars. Mods, we're farming defense mods right now. Refreshes, we're doing 3 mod, 3 energy, 3 fleet. I am doing more Cantina refreshes than normal. I'm doing 3 when it's Cantina Energy Day and 3 when it's any Energy Day. But I'm also doing 1 or 2 every day whenever I have the crystals to be able to afford it. Whether that's from a guild event or whatever, because I do want to push along that farm for mission and T3 and get that Jedi Knight Revan unlock under my belt. So working on that. Squad Arena Store, just buying Prestige once a day right now. Fleet Store, we finished out Grievous. We also finished out the Umbran Starfighter. We have enough shards to get that to 7 star. So next week before we lock in for Grand Arena, we'll get in there on ships. I think we'll have 6 stars on the Malevolence as well. So we'll be able to upgrade the Malevolence, upgrade that Umbran Starfighter, and take a nice step forward over in fleets as well. Everything else is feeding the shard shop. In terms of the 5v5 teams, I kind of laid out what I've got right now. We've got the Sith leftovers. That's Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, maybe sometimes Royal Guard if I want him in this team. But it's some of the characters that are left over from the C build that aren't that great in terms of synergy or offense. So we just put them on a team, and really the heart of this team is just stealing banners. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We've also got the Bounty Hunters as a defensive team, Padme, Grievous. We've got the Phoenix if we need them. They're too weak to really put on defense, but if for some reason I felt like I needed to save everything for offense, then we could throw them down. We've got the Vader team, Empire, with, I consider that to be Emperor Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn as the 3 that make up that team. We've got the Imperial Troopers. Mon Mothma I like as an offensive team. We've been having good success with that. I've got them built for tenacity so they resist debuffs, and they have good ability to regenerate health and protection, so we can usually finish out a battle at full banners. So any team that can recover banners in Grand Arena is pretty nice on offense. And then we've got some Empire leftovers. I find myself a lot of times with characters like Tarkin, and if I don't use Thrawn with the Vader team. So we have some tag-along characters that we're going to bring on offense. And like you guys have seen before, we try to make an undermanned squad. If somebody puts out some weak characters, we come in with a couple relics and clean that up. Flex teams, we got the Geos. We can put them either offense or defense. Again, they're a good defensive team, especially early game. As we start to progress into the game, though, they are a good offensive team in that, again, great banner recovery skills. You can often finish out with max banners if you play the Geos correctly. We've got Scoundrels. That includes Enfys Nest, Kira, Queel, other Scoundrels that I have. We can either make a defensive team for that and just park them on defense and let Nest do her thing, or we can take them on offense like we often do. We've got the Sith Eternal himself as an offensive or defensive character. And then the Jedi, similarly, if we need another tough defense and we want to make it harder for our opponent, that's one of the teams that we can flex over to defense and give them another challenge that they have to deal with. So what does that mean? Where's the best effort that I can put in the teams? Looking at the Sith leftover teams, I'm thinking about putting the Zeta on Darth Maul. So the way that team works, Darth Maul's Zeta gives the team an extra 20% turn meter at the start of the matchup. And a lot of people don't know it or don't think about it or don't pay attention to that being the leadership ability. And we make both Darth Maul and Darth Sidious quite fast. Sidious especially, we've got to try to get him almost up to 300 speed or so. And then what happens, the opponent brings in a team that they expect to, just muscle us down and win. And we go 20% faster. So if we're almost 300 speed, we'll actually act at 360. And it's pretty hard to get over that for a lot of teams. So then Darth Sidious and Darth Maul come across the table. They'll both use the area effect skills first. strip away a bunch of protection, and then that's it. Protection with healing immunity is pretty annoying to deal with. And if they bring the right teams, then they can heal up that protection and get their banners back. But if it surprises them and those guys come across and steal some banners, that's all they're for. It's just a team where the opponent goes in with a team and comes out with, instead of 60 banners, more like, 56 or something like that. If we can steal 3 or 4 banners, ideally, if they bring in a team with a weak character, you can kill a weak character or, get into his health. You can really cost the opponent a lot of banners. So that's all that would be. It's 1 Zeta to make a gimmick team out of that. So we'll take a look at that next week. The Bounty Hunters need some more power. Cad Bane and Django we need for the Jedi Master Kenobi journey anyway. So those make the most sense for investment. Django, of course, is a pretty fantastic damage dealer. Cad Bane is a little bit lackluster in terms of making him a relic character, but as I said, if we need him anyway, then we might as well build him over other characters that could be potentially more useful, but we'll get to them later. Grievous needs 2 more on the team. We put together a quick team for him with 3v3s with himself, B1, and the Magna Guard. So we can put Newt into that team, give him a home for 5v5. That still leaves us a 5th slot. Maybe we'll put in the B2 battle droid. Maybe I'll just take T3M4 because I have to have him anyway. He's level 1. He's complete garbage, but maybe he'll just be the 5th in the team, and then, Grievous will eat him for breakfast, and that's it. It'll be over. But we'll see. We'll see if I actually want to build a droid. I do have R2-D2 as well. And although he's not a separatist, he does have droid synergy. And if we're ever going to build R2-D2, we could just build him and park him in that team until he has a better place to go at some point in the future. I like the Mon Mothma team a lot on offense. A few of these characters need to be a little bit bigger. Now, we want to punch up with that team. We want it to be like a, let's say, 80,000 galactic power team that can clear out, 110, 120,000 galactic power team on the opposing side and end up with full banners. So that's the intent there. I think the 2 main characters that I need to work on are Jin and K2. Of course, K2 is going to tank stuff, so any gear we put on him is going to help us tank more hits. And Jin, she has a revive skill, so as long as she's alive, if K2 or Cassian get killed, she can very quickly revive them, and then if she dies, Mon Mothma can revive her. So the team really has a lot of capability to keep the banners on the table. So I want to play around with that, but those 2 characters, I think, even more than Cassian. And then, of course, the 5th that we have in there is Chupio. We use him for the synergy. Then he takes 20% of Mon Mothma stats, gives them to everybody, takes 40% for himself. So we can make Mon Mothma into one of the stronger characters in the team and expect them to do pretty well in offense in Grand Arena. The Jedi, again, we got Shaak Ti on the menu for JMK, so we'll be working on building that Shaak Ti. And so the main focus for next week is figuring out the 5th for Grievous. We're working a little bit on those bounty hunters, and we'll think about that Zeta for Maul. But throughout the 5v5, those are going to be the target characters that we work on, so we'll try to focus the gear over there. And of course, that 5s as well, we do want to pay attention to him. He needs to be one of the priority projects for the account. Make sure we get him up as a pilot for that Umbran Starfighter. That's going to wrap up the update for week 55. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate you. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't done that already. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this in the future. And join us over on Discord. We got a great community over there. The link to the Discord is in the description of the video down below. Click on that. It'll take you there. You can join in and be part of the conversations. You don't even have to, there's no expectations or obligations. Just come in there, ask some questions, and people will help you out and try to get you pointed in the right direction, especially, getting advice for new players it's a great community. Join us over there. Hope to see you there soon. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next Holocron.